So, round 3. We are currently 1-1 playing Fel midrange. We're up against Floshu, who is on Shimmering Combre. I prefer a hand with a little more pressure than this, although at least we can actually cast our spells with this hand, which is nice. And Steward of the Pass isn't terrible in this matchup, but this is certainly a slow start, especially on the draw. I think I'm going to look for something slightly more aggressive. We could get punished here, but I think we need to be more aggressive in this matchup. All right, turn 3 Midnight Gale is what we're looking for. And this hand provides that. I'm still probably going to open up on Instigator, though, and hope to draw an undepleted power. Or maybe we just draw power here. We'll find out. But this is the kind of pressure we want, right? This might be awkward to fit into our curve, but... I mean, Instigator with... If I have to play Vera's Favor next turn, oh well. Like, it's still pushing through more damage than a Gale would have, I guess. Ideally, we don't have to. Ideally, we don't have to. I still have to because it's not a Shadow Source. It's funny how things change. So yeah, our curve's going to be a little awkward this game. But I think I still prefer using Vera's Favor there to playing Feln Stranger. Now I'm going to have to decide if I want to play Steward or Gale. Oh, well, that makes things easier. So now we play Steward. And then we can, like, Stranger Gale or Stranger Wisdom. Stranger's really good at enabling Champion of Cunning. We want to just, like, get this off the board at some point. So maybe Stranger Wisdom's better because it digs us towards solutions to this. I'm thinking about swinging here to probe for a... With a silence. No. Gale Sigil. So next turn we have a fully buffed Champion of Cunning. They do have a Desert Marshal because they're not playing Scorpion Wasp main deck. They're also playing Stand Together. It could be Stand Together, I suppose. They're playing main deck Stand Together. So it's either Marshal or Stand Together. We don't know which. But I believe those are the only things it can be. Permafrost this, sure. So they get to apply some pressure here. Well, now we'll know for sure which it is. I can either get the Champion down here or just play 2 units. The Champion buffing these isn't super important. Or if I get like 2 Bloodcasters down or 2 Gales down, like that's a real problem for them. Yeah, actually we're going to play double Midnight Gale here. Because they might also be tempted to use their Vanquishes on these. Alright, they do have a Desert Marshal. They have a Desert Marshal in hand. Because if they use Vanquishes on these, then it's going to be a lot harder for them to answer this too. And they choose to not use Desert Marshal. These aren't flying yet. We could have won double Bloodcaster to start drawing cards. Alright, Obelisk, sure. They still can't really swing with this. I mean, they can. It would unlock this, but they have Marshal, might be their thinking. We're going to start buffing units now, I think. Well, they still haven't played the Marshal yet. I mean, the more buffs I can get off of this before it goes down, the better. I have to get pressure at some point. Yeah, alright, let's just load up the board. Alright, there's one Marshal down. They don't want me drawing cards. They've got a handful of spells, so... are we dead? That's a bummer. They have 1 Crystallize in their deck, and they drew it. It's just bad luck. Nothing we can do about it. They have 1 Crystallize, they drew the 1 Crystallize, and we're dead. That's that. That's that game. I was never going to play around Crystallize because it's a 1-of. That's just the way this day's going. Sometimes your luck just sucks. Hopefully they don't ace space here and we somehow win. But that's not happening. Alright. They drew their 1-of Crystallize. Game 2 it is. Nothing we could do there. We didn't have the answer to Sandstorm Titan, and we lost. Because they found their one of Crystallize. They had to draw Crystallize. If they didn't, we were going to win that game handily. They had one card in the 75 that actually won them that game. So, what can you do, right? That's just the way our day's been going. So anyways, let's look at this sideboard and what we want to do. I think we just want every card to affect the board. So we're going to max out on answers to Sandstorm Titan. We'll have the Night Maw for board stalls. And then I guess just some Permafrost. We're maxed out on Harbingers. I could play some number of Lightning Storms or Stray into Shadow. I guess we just max out on Sabos. Yeah, they're playing enough things that Sabotage is good. I could play, like, Backlash and Fear of Crystallize, but I really don't want to do that. They can bring in a second one post-board. I don't really care. You know, they just got extremely lucky. That's just been the story of our day so far. Our opponents have been drawing their 1-ofs and 2-ofs at the exact moments they need them. What can you do? Yeah, I guess we'll just play a couple Permafrosts. I think they'll ultimately be better than Wisdom. Every turn I want to be impacting the board and keeping pressure up, and Wisdom doesn't help with that plan. Permafrost might be worse than Lightning Storm or Stray into Shadow, but I'm really not sure. That's a really tough call. Like, Lightning Storm's good-ish. It takes out random chaff. The Talir's Favorite, the Temple Scribes, the Desert Marshals. But the things I really care about are, like, the Cambrai Healer, the Night Chancellor Seraph, the Sandstorm Titan. Like, those are the things I really care about. The rest I can force them into chumping with. So I think we're going to go with the Permafrost plan. Man, that just blows. Just absolutely sucks. I could bring in Backlash, but it only hits Parliament, Crystallize, Scouting Party, Stand Together, Vanquish. Like, it's such a tax to hold it up. I just don't think it's worth it. I doubt they bring an Infinite Hourglass, so. And I'm bringing in Night Maw, right? Okay. Wow. We have started 0-1 every match so far. And this deck was built to have an extremely potent game one. Crazy. Sometimes variance is not on your side. Yeah, basically. Like, Shimmer Pack would have been okay for them, but they couldn't have shimmered our Champion of Cunning, so like and they couldn't have cast Shimmer Pack yet. They were on 6 power. But yeah. Like, we were going to win the game unless they drew Crystallize, basically that turn and the next turn. I can't imagine them getting out of that. Our board would have just been too large. Our board would have just been unmanageable for them. I have to keep this. It's not a great hand, but it's a keep. We can cast our spells. It's got some amount of disruption. It's really not that good, but I think it would be way too greedy to mulligan it. You have a Desert Marshal. Okay. Fair. Hopefully they have a Xenon Obelisk in. Wow, they really did board an Infinite Hourglass. Alright, well, I guess we're now officially punished for bringing in Permafrost. Because they have one Infinite Hourglass and they played it. I'm not sabotaging there because they can't even cast anything, so I don't care. Alright. So they're stuck on power. We're going to beat them. I'm going to play Steward instead of Impending Doom here. They're heavy on spells. They play Vanquish. I don't want to expose this to Vanquish. If I draw power here, I can just Sabo. So I can double Sabo here or keep the Stewards coming. I'm just going to keep the Stewards coming. Next turn I may double Sabo. I don't really want to play this before I see a Vanquish or whatever. It's unlikely they could cast Obelisk here, but they could. It's possible. Alright, Cambrai Healer, sure. Yeah, I think now is the time to Sabo. Yeah, we're just going to take those. We're just going to take those. Crystallize seems hard for them to cast at the moment. Could become castable at some point. Oh, they drew a Permafrost? We didn't see it in their hand last turn. They chose to play this instead of Amber Acolyte last turn. Sure. Alright, they top deck Permafrost. That's a pretty good draw. Can't cast Harbinger here. But they didn't Permafrost that, so that's good for us. So they've got Crystallize and a couple units in hand. They can't cast Crystallize yet. Disciple, sure. Okay. I'm okay with them blocking here. I'm just going to save the Annihilate. Maybe I'm not supposed to be swinging with this anymore, but I'm okay with just ace spacing. They can hit me for 4 here. I guess this attack isn't worth it, but I think it is. Okay, I see what's going on here. Alright, well I want to cast Harbinger this turn, so I'm just going to kill this flyer. Let's see here. They'd have to triple block this, and then they're dead. Yeah. Like I said, this attack doesn't really matter, but I think it sends a strong, powerful message. I like sending messages. Going to go empty-handed for the seat. I probably shouldn't, because this can't actually activate, but whatever. Yeah, I shouldn't have played seat there. No! Night Maul is important here. Night Maul's important here. It's not actually important here, but I'm going to pretend it is. Alright, so we're evened up there again. I just played units every turn. I just played units every turn, and they didn't. Alright, so they actually brought in Hourglass. Now the question is, are they trying to next level us to make us take out our Permafrost? And the answer is, I don't care, because I wasn't that sold on Permafrost anyway. So now they just gave me a reason to take it out, and that's fine by me. Then the question just becomes, what do I want to bring in for it? Do I want to bring in Wisdom of the Elders, or do I want to bring in something else? We have Stray into Shadow and Lightning Storm that we could consider. None of our units die to Lightning Storm. Some number of theirs could die to Lightning Storm. So we could just bring like those in. I mean, they do only have one Infinite Hourglass, but again, I wasn't like super sold on playing Permafrost anyways. I can't bring in any more units. I have all of my units in. This is a question of Lightning Storm, Stray, or Wisdom. Or Backlash, I guess. They had Crystallize again. These could end up being dead, but whatever. We're just playing 2 of them. There could be spots where we use them to trade or something weird. Alright, game 3 for all the marbles. There's just a bunch of mediocre options for those last couple of cards, and I just have to pick one. I don't have double Primal, but I've got Instigator, Varus Favor, Sabotage into Impending Doom on the play. So I think I still keep this and hope we just draw a Primal Source. I could have mauled this. I certainly could have, but I like that this hand just has a natural game plan. I'm not a huge fan of the Black Sky Harbinger draw, but okay. This has at least nice initial pressure, which I like. Alright. It's a little annoying that this Varus Favor, I probably have to use it here. I'm trying to figure out what I'm... See here, they don't have Desert Marshal. Like, this is valuable as a spell, but also actually casting Impending Doom next turn is important. They just have to Crystallize every game! What? Oh my god. I want to hit Why can't you have better spells for me to hit? Alright, so they have a handful of units and power. And they're going to draw the spells that answer Impending Doom. But I'm going to make them draw the answer to Impending Doom. I will make them draw the Vanquish. Alright. Temple Scribe. You got it. Wow, so they didn't even have, like, the source for it. I see. Steward of the Past hits for more. Let's go with that. So they actually just have a hand of all units. We know that because they were stuck on power. Their entire hand is units. Okay. So I guess an Amber Acolyte's going to come down here. Nope, they just top decked. Okay. Yeah, let's keep up the pressure. They probably have multiple Sandstorm Titans and they kept the hand because of that. But we're still going to get to clear out their board and take them to 6 here. Oh, 7? Alright. No, 5. Gotcha. Right, this ping. So Sandstorm Titan kills them. So they can't play Sandstorm Titan or they lose. I don't think they have an out here. Maybe they do. Struggling to think of one. Ah, Combrei Healer, sure. Combrei Healer plus a power. Oh, but it's depleted. Gotcha. We're going to keep up the aggression then. That does keep them alive, though. I'm going to play 2 more threats. If they drew their other Crystallize, they could buy time here. Delay the inevitable. Amber Acolyte. Alright, we got there. So yeah, that's how game 1 was also supposed to go, right? We just play unit after unit after unit after unit, disrupt them. Of course, they did stumble on power there, those games, so that certainly helped us, but we've had our own fair share of bad luck. They had crystallized every game. But, whew, alright, rallied from the hole again. One of these times we'll get a 2-0. I don't know. Yeah, we probably should have A-space there for the thrill of it all. But, alright, our deck did what it was supposed to do. Our opponent stumbled a bit, and we had the pressure to, you know, make up for their stumble or punish them for the stumble.